I'm just going to say it. Why did I not call off school? Well, let's take the opportunity with something majestic going to happen today that will not occur again. The next time it will occur will be 2044. I will be 75 years old. So we're going to take the opportunity to educate students, and I feel that they would be more safe with me in this day than being home alone and unattended. So I did bring you a gift if you want glasses. It will start at 12:44 and last around until 3:19. So here they are. I didn't want that question to go. What a pleasure to be amongst such a very distinct crowd. I'm honored to be named Directors of Schools for Dickson County. Before I begin, I want to ask Mr. Kurt Vandervoort and Steve Haley to stand, two of our board members. So thank you for being here. And I also want you to see part, not all because some could not be here today, my leadership team. So if all of you will stand, please. Thank you. You know, the old saying goes, you're only as good as the folks that you put yourself around. And so we have work to do, and I am honored of the folks that just stood up that's going to be with me in this mission of leading Dickson County Schools to the next level. One of the things that I would like to share with you is who we are. Dickson County Schools, we're the 22nd largest school district in the state. We serve pre-K to 12, 8 elementaries, 4 middle schools, 2 high schools, 1 distance learning school, and 1 alternative school. We have around 8,000 students, that's pre-K to 12, 712 teachers, 558 support staff, with a budget of $98 million plus, and you can see where the percents lie within that budget. We are a district that have things to celebrate. We had 6 level 5 TVAS growth schools. That means that they had 2 years growth, but what's impressive is there are 144 districts across this state. Dickson County here fell into the 17% of districts received this distinction, and we were one of them. That's a celebration. We have 4 state report card level letter grade A schools. We have 7 state report card letter grade B schools and 6 federally designated reward schools, and that's based on subgroup and chronic absenteeism. The 7 state report card level grade B schools ranked in the 26th percent of schools across the state out of 144. I want you to keep that number in your mind. And we were in the 26% that had that designation. So great things to celebrate. Here are our level 5 designation for subgroup and chronic absentee. Our schools that ranked a grade of A and B, and then our reward schools. So much to celebrate. And this is Creekwood High School. So we are a district on the rise. What would we like to do for the future of Dickson County students and families? One thing that I would like to do is I want to increase the number of reward schools in Dickson County. We want to target improvements in academics. That means making sure that we have high quality instructional materials in every teacher's hands, training to be paramount, very intentional and purposeful, and we want to make sure that we support students in vast supporting arenas, inside the school day and outside the school day. We want to increase our ACT score. Right now, a composite score of 18.5. That's when you take the English, the reading, the writing, the math, and the science, you put them all together. Our composite score is an 18.5. I want to move that to the next level. I want to increase with this leadership team college and career readiness. We want to have a culture of improving our customer service. We want our parents to feel comfortable and encouraged by sending their students to public education. We're under fire today on our work as public school shepherds. And I want to make sure, I'm a firm believer in public education. I'm a product of public education. 3 things I always say: I will not tell you how to support, where to send your child to school, how to vote, or where to go to church. That's my 3 things. However, I don't want you to say, I don't want my child there because of something negative that we can control. So we are wanting to be out front and have good customer service and provide the support that students need to be successful year after year and meet their trajectories of what is required of them at each grade level, so that we turn out a student that, I'm not going to say to you, go to a 4-year university. I'm not going to say to you, only get an associate's degree. I'm not going to tell you to go to the military or to go to TCAT or to be an entrepreneur or go straight into the workforce. I want that to be your opportunity and your choice as to what you do. A 17-year-old makes decisions that when they grow up a little bit may not be the same decisions that they make at 23. And they need to be able to shift and turn and to move forward if they choose to. Grant writing is a big opportunity for us. Mary Collins, who is here, will be part of helping us write grants. Lots of opportunities out there for our school district. We want to get better at that. Recruiting, I want to recruit the best to sit before our students. And so we want to make sure that that is on the forefront. Teacher retention, really showcasing our district and what we have to provide. Creating district leadership teams. I am going to recruit students, teachers, and community stakeholders to meet with me twice each semester to talk about the work, to get ideas from those at the table. I like think tanks. I don't have all the answers. We don't have all of the answers, but collectively, we can bring answers and actions to the table. Relationships. I'm about relationships. If anyone knows me, I like to eat, I like to fellowship. Not today, but I did not eat today purposefully, but it looked delicious. But relationships matter, because when relationships matter, it brings everything to the forefront. So I want to increase my relationships with my bosses, my 6 bosses, the board members, the county mayor, the city mayors, the county commission, students, parents, my leadership team. It's all about getting to know not just the work, it's about getting to know the people I shepherd and support and who supports me and shepherds me. Innovative campuses. I want to increase the work-based learning opportunities. We want to have and create apprenticeships for our seniors with our local businesses, more of that. We want to increase the CTE pathways. I would love to have an aviation pathway. We have an airport not very far from here. We need to capitalize MTSU, one of the best universities in the state and known throughout the country, has one of the best aviation schools around. However, the simulator cost $100,000 plus, and I would need 2. So if you're willing, please see me after this. I want to increase educational opportunities for our juniors and seniors. I have Nashville State in the house. Where is Nashville State? Thank you. You've been a partner with me over the last 3 years in the district with our Grow Your Own program. But my future of thinking is I would love to have a middle college so that more students acquire an associate's degree. So stay tuned. I would like to increase academic scholarships. I want more students having the 10 Promise and Hope, and there's a plethora of other scholarships available. We need to communicate what they are so those students have the opportunity to go after those scholarships. Here, I want to talk about transition from our uprising 5th graders going into 6th grade and our new freshmen for next year. You know, it's a little scary for students. It's a lot scary for parents. Let's be honest, okay? I've had students that have transitioned from elementary to middle school, and we think of all these things. I want to really look at that transition, communicate that transition, invite people in. My daughter attends Tennessee Tech. She got this beautiful card from Tennessee Tech. You flipped it over, and one of the seniors had written her a note. Guess what? You're going to see that in Dickson County Schools. It's about stealing great ideas, right? Okay, so our seniors are going to be asked to write notes to incoming freshmen. Our 8th graders are going to ask to write notes to our incoming 6th graders. A small touch. Kennedy was tickled. She was like, I remember meeting her. And so it made a small impression, but sometimes small things can lead to big things. So looking at the transition, I think parents will be grateful. Re-imaging things that we're already doing, but I have the philosophy of let's make it better. So 3 things I really want to focus on for the next year is re-imaging our New Directions Academy. Right now, it serves and supports 6th through 12th grade students. I would like to have that support kindergarten through 12. I really want to academically place everything in that school that you would see curriculum-wise in that school that you would see in our other high schools. High quality instructional materials, those teachers getting the same training as our other teachers, and just supports, social emotional supports. There's reasons why students continuously and habitually go to our New Directions Academy. There is a why there, and we really have to get prescriptive to find the why so we can have them go back to their appointed schools and be successful. I would love to see this school be a school of choice. If it is, I have to make sure that diploma there represents and has the same meaning as that diploma from both of our high schools. You'll hear me say this a lot. Stay tuned. Facilities. Right now, I'm writing a portfolio that the board will see for the first time on all of our facilities, internal needs and external needs. Internal and external. so that the board can look at that and draw conclusions on what we need to prioritize in order to support our facility structures within the district. The next thing I would like to re-image is our Distance Learning Academy. That school is an F school, and I'm transparent about that. It's new. We're all moving and thinking about how do we support the 81 students within that facility, but it has to be different. And so we're working on a plan that just some of the things we're doing. We are going to have orientation. All of those students and families have to go through orientation. That's new. We are going to bring those students in. They come in anyway to take the TCAT or EOC test. They're going to have to come in now and take the benchmarks face to face. We're going to offer them supports with teachers. We're going to pay teachers to teach in this distance learning on 2 of their planning periods a week, so that we're touch pointing these students and making sure that they're not falling through the crack. There's a why families want their children in a distance learning environment. I trust them as parents to make that decisions about their greatest joy and asset of their life. I will not question that. But I have to support them when I approve it for them to be there. That's my job. How do I get them to the next level successfully? And if they choose to come out of that school, they're not behind moving into a traditional setting. Preparing for what comes next. We're going to create profiles of graduates. And that looks different for all. But within that profile, these components will not only impact our community, Dickson, it's going to impact the state. Because we need to get students away from this. Everything's not a text, but truly being communicators, being effective team members, collaborators, effective readers and writers, and making sure that they're prepared for future choices. A place for everyone. Our facilities need to be equitable as much as possible. And you know that. There are gray areas in some components. You have gray areas in your work. But as much as possible, I want facilities equitable. All learners get the resources they need. We are doing an exceptional job of providing resources. High quality instructional materials. We're moving into a math adoption arena. Those things are very challenging, but we want to provide the best to our teachers so that they're not spending 20 hours on weekends hunting and gathering information that we don't know that they even chose on grade level, because that is learning. You have to know how to open up curriculum and decipher what level it is on, or go to the internet and pick a resource. There's rubrics, there's learning for that. Our teachers are not that learner, but we have experts in that work. If you're an instructional coach or coordinator, please stand. This is the A team, and I say that because they are closest to the work with helping teachers get better at getting better. That is the motto, get better at getting better. These teachers, these coordinators, go in and support our instructional coaches in helping teachers navigate a challenging job. It's challenging, but guess what? You would shake your head if I said, what are the challenging forces that you face every day in your field of work? And you would begin to list them. Our challenge is the little faces that we see every day, making sure that they don't fall through the cracks, that they get the support that they need, even if they don't get it at home, that they get the support they need that moves them, again, on the trajectory of each grade and where they need to be, because this life out here is full of choices, and we want them to make the best choices, because I have former students sitting in here. I want you to do the work you love and want to do. Go find yourself. Go to college, find yourself. But guess what? Come back to Dickson. I need you. We need them to make Dickson a great place to live and a great place to flourish, because nothing lasts forever. I'm not going to be in this role forever, but guess what? You're not going to be in your roles forever. So you want to make sure that we're growing individuals that will take your seat and move Dickson even better than where it is today. That's future leadership. That's the vision that we all need to have. We want to make sure that we're recognizing potential in all learners. I went out the other day and I shook hands with all of the students that came through one side of the door at the alternative school. I told them good morning. They looked at me like, who in the world is this woman? So I began to talk to them about who I was, and I was so glad to get to meet them. And I began to tell them that good people make bad choices and decisions sometimes. We all have, including me. But I would hope that they would turn their decisions into positive ones, because I'm the lady that says whether or not you get to leave this place. And they were like, okay, good to meet you. And they would say, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I've got so many points. I'm going to get out of here. And I said, keep up the good work. I'm going back next week to have lunch with them. I'm just going to show up, because students can tell you more about what you need to make a place better. Better at getting better. Just because they've made poor decisions, we don't need to constantly put them there. We need to, if they choose that they would like to stay there and do the work that it's going to take to get them on the positive end, let's make that happen. But remember, that diploma needs to be equivalent to the diplomas at both of our high schools. Exceptional leaders. I have some exceptional leaders. You just saw some. But I want to continue to grow principals that will step up into our roles in the future. I want to create an AP learning, that's assistant principal, learning every month for the year from July to May. We're going to do 3 book studies. One, if you've never read this book, it will change your life. It's called The Way of the Shepherd by Dr. Kevin Lehman. We will do that book. I read that book and did a study with 16 very diverse directors of schools in the Mid-Cumberland region. It did change their life, and mine again, by reading that with them. Put that on your list. Our second book that we will read will be Finding Your Leadership Focus with Douglas Reeves. He is in both the business sector and education sector. And then The Power of Attitude by John Maxwell. And some of you know in the business sector, he is a businessman. What I like from his book is, your attitude determines your actions, and your actions determine your accomplishments. Those are the 3 books that we will read together as a team, and we will encompass those in the walk we walk, the actions we take, and the conversations we have. And then continuous professional learning. Even for our leaders, all of us can get information, that's great. But now I want to look at you as a leader and feed you with professional learning that you need to excel in the work. Dickson County teachers and staff, they are some of the best in the state. I can tell you that because I've worked with teachers in 16 very diverse, I called them the motley crew, that just aged me, but the motley crew of Mid-Cumberland, Williamson, Franklin Special, Rutherford, Murfreesboro, Wilson, Lebanon Special, Robertson, Clarksville, Stewart, Houston, Humphreys, Dickson were the districts, and Cheatham, that I worked with. I had a team of 10 highly effective team members, and we went out and supported the districts in various supports. We do give the Green Apple Award to our new teachers. We want to continue that. That's good stuff. Why would you throw that out? Great stuff that has been implemented prior to me. I would like to see state level teachers of the year recognized by the State Department. So we're going to work on that. I would like to see more of our teachers increase their national board certifications. That is lengthy, but we would have teachers that would accomplish that feat because it is a lot of work, but very rewarding. We want to continue district level teacher of the year. That is so rewarding. And it's not where people just say, hey, I like you, I'm going to vote for you. No, there's a plethora of things that teachers have to do and have to accomplish before acquiring Teacher of the Year. And then we want to continue to increase leadership opportunities. As I stated earlier, we want to grow leaders for Dickson County. Grow leaders. How many in this audience started out with a teacher degree but ended up choosing other opportunities? Anyone sitting in here? Okay. Mr. Ted Williams, an educator, but now a big banker. Hey, and I told him he did something very innovative, and it just thrilled me. You can go get a $2 bill, read a book, and go visit the vault. Now, is that not innovative? Wow, thank you. He had opportunities to shift. That's what we want all of our students to do, but we also want our teachers to be able to do that, right? We don't want to stifle. You know, when I was in school, we would say, oh me, they're really good. We cannot allow them to leave. No, we need to make everyone good so that we have more opportunities with people. Here are all of the instructional coaches and coordinators. They got to see Jim Knight, The Power of Effective Coaching, or Coaching Conversations. I want to talk about Natalie Buchanan. Natalie was a former student of Dickson County High School. She is the reigning Miss Tennessee Fairest of the Fair. I received a call. Natalie has been inspired by her teachers that she had here in Dickson County. So her project that she had to lead was giving back to those teachers and to the county that she has grown to love over her career of being a student. I was so impressed, so was Miss Ernestine. So I went to meet Natalie, and if you can see this picture, that was her project, along with some of the other girls that were in Fairest of the Fair. She led this project, and they raised supplies for our teachers in Dickson County, and that we opened the doors and let teachers come and pack boxes so that they could take that back to their classrooms. Natalie was with Miss Ernestine and me, Mr. Steve Manley from the Transportation Department, and just sitting and getting to know this young lady and her vision. I was so proud that she came out of the public school system in Dickson, but I was more proud of her heart for giving. So I'm going to start podcast with students. I want student voices. I'm going to have a podcast entitled More Than a Crown with Natalie, so stay tuned. So I'm excited about that. Lead with courage. We're all leaders no matter where we sit. You're a leader as a student. You're a leader when you're a teacher. You're a leader in any business. We want to celebrate successes. Successes are wonderful. But as leaders, we do have to face hard facts that data reveals. I just shared with you openly and transparently the work that we need to do for our distance learners. We need to always create paths of improvement for the future growth of Dickson County. Did you know we are getting a Smoothie King? Ladies, do you know we're getting an Ulta? We didn't have those last year. Guess what? Do you think more things are going to be coming our way? With more things coming our way, more growth we will see in Dickson. One of the things that I want to do is capture birth to kindergarten heavy. Maybe the next time that you walk into the hospital, you may see a commercial that me and Andrea Bobian will be doing to our parents that just had children. Do you know why I say that? Because when a child comes into kindergarten, and I do this all the time, whoop, everything from birth to where they are is achievement. You've heard of achievement. That sets you apart from all of your peers. Exposure, what your parents have shared with you, if you've had reading, if they're teaching you your alphabet, all of those things are important that drives, whoop, now I'm in kindergarten. And then I look around the room and I'm a little bit different from my friends. Some already can write their name, some can read, some have gone to Europe, some have not. That's achievement. Teachers have growth. They are accountable for the growth of every year. So we want to create seeds in our new parents' minds about the importance of exposure, literacy, talking to your child, communicating, taking them on field trips, even when they're little, to the zoo, to the pumpkin patch, prior to coming to me, so that their achievement stands out and that we move them at a faster rate. So stay tuned. We have big plans, don't we, Andrea? We want to make sure that you are a part of this community and school district, because we can't do it by ourselves. I need you to put a stake in the ground that you believe in our public education system and that you can help in any facet, because I'll be calling. I may ask you to sit on my district leadership team. That's how you grow communities and support. This is my 27th day. 27th day. And it has been wonderful. Every day is a good day. All days are presented with different things, the good things, the challenges. But I need you to help support public education. Here is my, I'm giving my cell number. Just tell me who you are and I'll answer it. And I will answer you. It may be 7 o'clock, but I will answer you. And here is my email. Thank you for having a vested interest in coming to hear ideas about the future for Dickson County. If you have ideas, I want you to share them with me, my leadership team. We're open and we want to get better at getting better. Thank you.